is anti-government, then I'm proud to be anti-government.
As more and more Americans are getting vaccinated, resistance remains strong within one group in particular, white evangelicals.
Hallelujah, Jesus.
This hesitancy is driven by a distrust in government, misinformation, and political identity. This is not a fringe group. A quarter of Americans are evangelical.
You do not give me my rights, sir, whether you're a politician, a governor, or a doctor.
I would rather die free than I had live on my knees.
How is it living on your knees to take a vaccine?
Because you're bowing against your convictions.
Pentecostal pastor Tony Spell has made a national name for himself protesting COVID-19 rules in Baton Rouge. He live-streamed himself going under house arrest last spring for refusing to close his church during lockdown. While a survey of evangelical leaders finds most would be open to getting the vaccine, Spell is adamantly against it. If you broke your arm or something, would you go to the doctor?
Sure, I go to the doctor and get it set and wear a cast.
So, like, at some level, you trust some doctors?
Yes. We do.
So can you just explain where the line is?
The line is in this vaccine. Number one, the virus has been a scam from the beginning. It's always been politically motivated for mail-in ballots and voter ID. That's what has got a new administration in the White House today.
White evangelical Christians are more likely than other religious groups to believe in certain conspiracy theories, like that Trump won the 2020 election or in QAnon theories, according to a study by the conservative American Enterprise Institute. But conspiracies about the COVID-19 vaccine can affect everyone else, because public health experts have told us around 70% of the population needs to get the vaccine to reach herd immunity. And 28% of white evangelical Christians say they definitely won't get it, with another 6% saying they'll only get it if forced.
If you have a 99.6 survival rate, why do you want somebody to contaminate your bloodstream with something that may or may not hurt you?
There is a tendency within white Christian nationalism to want to believe these kinds of conspiracies because I think it reinforces this idea of an us versus them. The problem is the people who are feeding that fear have an incentive to keep stoking that fear because people keep clicking and people keep listening.
Is the appeal of your sermon that the pandemic is scary, the virus is scary, and so you're telling scared people, well, you don't have to worry about any of that stuff, like come to my church and God will make sure you don't get this virus?
Yes, I promoted that.
Why are you giving them false hope?
That's not false hope.
Why not?
What's false is our lying politicians.
Several people told us they started coming here after they saw Spell on the news for keeping his church open and liked his message.
I was worried about not going to church and going back to alcohol and drugs. The aim for this whole shutdown was the church because we're the radical right. We don't believe in gay marriage, we don't believe in abortion, all that.
Are you going to get the vaccine?
No, it's detrimental to your health. It starts going into conspiracy theory type stuff, but I believe it's Bill Gates and them trying to kill us.
I feel like, and I know it works medically, but when you put something in you to help you stop from getting it, you know, that just doesn't work for me. I've never liked the idea of that.
Donald Trump, I love him to death. Would vote for him again. But when he was talking about get the shot, I said, you can have it all you want. I don't want it.
Are you going to get the vaccine?
Oh, I did it already.
Oh, you did?
This is my first one. I got to go back and do the second one. Yeah, I got the vaccine.
Okay, cool.
That's right.
There is a political group today that wants to apologize for being American.
Spell preaches conservative politics, but his congregation is unusually diverse compared to typical Christian churches, in part because he busses in people from all over town. One reason why I think it's interesting, these two positions you have, the importance of desegregation and your opposition to the vaccine, is that many of the people you minister to, which is admirable, are poor people of color.
Yes.
Well, those people tend to be most at risk for COVID. So why not encourage them to take the medicine that will protect them?
Not only do I not encourage, I discourage. I don't know anybody in my church, black, brown, El Salvadorian, Honduran, Mexican, who had the virus.
Your father said he had the virus.
And thousands and thousands.
Your father and mother told me they had the virus.
Yes, and that's all right. Maybe we had it, and maybe we got it.
He also said your grandfather got the vaccine.
And I'm opposed to that. I did not promote that. I think he was foolish for taking the vaccine.
Christian leaders on the right, people like Tony Spell, have really bought into this idea that if I continue to sow this narrative where people feel victimized and fearful and angry, I can continue to build my audience and build my own credibility in this group of people that says, yeah, everybody else is untrustworthy but you.
I just don't understand why you can't say, like, the church was essential. It's so important for so many people.
The church is essential.
What a miracle that we have these vaccines that would allow people to celebrate more safely.
Never will say that. There is no backing up in
It just feels
whatsoever.
like you're taking a political position.
It's not political at all. I'm not a politician. I'm a prophet.
Hallelujah, hallelujah, hallelujah.